Hello, glad to have you guys back again. Those that know me, and those of you that don't, this is the F&B Railroad, an N-scale layout, and my name is David. And right now it's summertime, and it's 91 degrees outside and super humid. Matter of fact, I think we are going to have some storms in a little bit. But the train room, I got the AC on, and it's 70 degrees, so you know where I've been. So what I've been doing is some landscaping. I've built some trees that I saw Boomer build from static grass, pine trees. They came out good. I'll have to show you those. And I had some trouble with one of my locomotives, and I'll show you that I fixed that too. But instead of me talking away here, why don't I just show you what I've been doing? So I've been working on the layout, and what I've done is I've gotten ballast put in on these tracks here, all the way around the trees that are against the backdrop. Up on this hill here, I've gotten those rocks done there. This track I have not ballasted from the bridge over. I have not ballasted yet, but you can see the landscaping comes up close. And then I've gotten the rock work done here. I've gotten grass, I've gotten rocks, and I've gotten them painted. I've also done some detail work. So I got a couple of pieces of rail in here alongside the track. I got a stack of old ties laying here. I've gone in and put branches and bushes in underneath the trees. Along the backdrop area here. So I've done that. The other thing is when I did ballast this track back here, I thought I had gotten something stuck in my switches, because when I ran this locomotive right here, when I ran this locomotive, it would stop at the switches. And what I didn't realize is that the wheels were out of gauge. So when it would hit the frogs on the switches, it would lift the wheels off the track, and I'd have no contact, and the engine would stop running. The loco would stop moving, and I was pulling my hair out trying to figure it out until I watched it closely and saw that it was the wheels were out of gauge, and the locomotive was actually lifting up off the rails. So I took the locomotive apart, took the locomotive off the track, re-gauged the wheels, and then noticed that it wouldn't run because I put it back on the track and it wouldn't go. So what I realized was, now that I've re-gauged the wheels and I've pushed the wheels out wider where they were supposed to be so they wouldn't lift up on the frogs, I had to go back in, take the loco completely apart, pull the wheels out, and then take the wipers and push them back outwards. the wipers outwards so they make contact with the wheels again, and then put it all back together. Of course, nothing's easy when you do stuff like that, so I ended up knocking a wire off of one of the pickups, so I had to solder that back on and put it all back together. But as you see, it runs fine now. I don't have a problem with it stalling in the frogs on the switches or anything, so everything's good there. So from that locomotive, you know, I've done my landscaping. You can see I got some flowers, some grass. I got to stop at the end of the tracks. I've done rock work and painted the rock work on the back side of this track. I've done grass work, static grass on top of here. These are all painted. The coal train running by. So I've gotten a lot of landscaping done in this area. There's still work out here in the foreground that I haven't touched, and I'm not going to touch, because all my landscaping is coming up to the edge of the canyon, and then from here we go to the corner of the layout where my coal mine is. And in my coal mine, you can see this building here is not painted. I still got to do the roofs. I got to weather the roofs. There's 3 buildings there that are painted, and that's how the rest will be. I have this one to paint. I got windows to put in, doors, lights, landscaping. There's going to be a road right here going to that little building there where they can load trucks, and that road's going to run down behind these rocks and up. And then once I get all that done, I'll start doing my landscaping in here. I got to run some track yet up underneath this loader here, and I'll landscape myself out and work myself out this way to the edge of the track. Another thing I did is I've been having problems with this tree. I made it removable. So what I did, the problem that I was having is because it was removable, it was constantly, the hole was getting bigger and bigger in the styrofoam and plaster. So I took a piece of plastic tube, cut it to the length I wanted, made sure that the rod that's in the tree fit in it, and then I glued it into the landscape. And this way here, I can just push that down in. And my tree sits fine where. So I said I built some trees using Boomer's way, and there it is right there. And that's just a piece of craft wire or floral wire. He was using 12 millimeter static grass. All I had was 7, so that's why I bought some 12. And thank you, Boomer. And we'll make some more to fill in this area here. I think it's going to look good. Kind of remind me of those conifer trees right there. And as we pan around, I have another one right there, and there's another one sticking up right there, and there's another one right there. So I think they worked out good. So I I ordered some stuff from Midwest Model Railroader, and in this box we'll see that I have some dry transfer decals from Woodland Scenics. This way I can decal my log cars that I'm building, or maybe even use them to redo some patchwork on my coal cars. I also bought some 12mm static grass. The longest I had was 7mm. So I got this 12. I figured it'd be a better length for building trees. I also picked up the Tamiya panel liner. Everybody says it's good. I figured I'd try it and see how it is. I also picked up some Vallejo Model Air concrete to use. I like Vallejo. It works very well. I also picked up some more coal cars to add to my coal train. So this here you can kind of see. Let me take it off, get the elastic off, take a look at it better. So you'll see it's an Atlas car, and I believe if I can get this to focus, let's see here. Yeah, it's an Atlas, and I believe it's a North Fork and Southern. It's a 2-bay hopper, so I picked that up. And I also got I got 2 of those 2-bay hoppers, and I got 4 of these 3-bay hoppers that are, come on, focus please. Oh, there we go. BNSF coal hopper cars, and they're micro trains, Burlington and Northern Santa Fe. So I picked those up. So let's take these out and put them on the track, add them to the train. So as many of you know, I run a coal train. I like to run empties in, or full loaded in and empty out. And what it is I have my power plant here, and then I have this mountain, and on the other side of the mountain is my coal plant. And as you can see there's 2 tracks going into the coal plant, and then there's 2 tracks going into the power plant. So what I have figured out is that my train, minus the engines, with these cars, minus the caboose, fits between those 2 buildings and inside the mountain. And that is, that's 13 cars. So you saw that I got the new cars, and there they are right there, the 3 of them. And I have these empties that I want to replace. So I'm going to have 2 identical trains. One that's going to be loaded, and one that's going to be empty. And anything I do to one set of cars, I'm going to have to do to the others. So right there, you can see there's 3 cars that are going to be empties. And this is what I got. Now, I did some math just for the heck of it. And this coal train, with the 2 engines and the caboose, turns out to be almost 2 miles long in end scale. So I figured that was a decent sized coal train. And after looking at my layout, I have 2 sidings that are long enough to hold these cars, so I can actually run this coal train and another train and make sure I'm at the sidings if I have to pass the 2 of them. So it all works out pretty good. I'm happy with the longer train. I just gotta save up maybe Christmas time, I'll get some more cars to replace these, and I'll have my coal train all built. Now you can actually see the engine coming out the other side of the tunnel, and the train is still going in. So I think that's pretty cool. Over the bridges. I'm going to bring it to my signature area. My viaduct. Those tires are too shiny. We're going to have to weather those down. So that's the end of update number 33. You got to watch some trains, and you got to see the landscaping I've gotten done, the trees that I made with Boomer's way of making them. I think they came out well. I liked them. You saw the ballast work, you saw some of the details, and you saw my locomotive run back and forth. I didn't show you how I fixed it because I didn't think of breaking out the camera to show people how I was fixing my locomotive, but the wheels were out of gauge, and I fixed those. And once I fixed that, that snowballed into another problem, but got them all fixed. We got it working. And you know what? I just appreciate everybody who watches my videos. It's great to have people watching my videos, and hopefully people are learning stuff from my videos or seeing that they can do it too. I mean, it's a hobby, it's fun, it's great to share our how-tos and what we do and how we do it with other people, and maybe even just get ideas from watching other people, like I did with Boomer and watching the pine trees. That was great. So I hope you guys appreciate it and like it, and please hit the like button, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and set it so that you get more updates on the layout from me. You'll hopefully you'll like it, but otherwise I really do appreciate everybody who's watching. And don't forget, leave me a comment. Comments are good. Even if they're bad, they're good. So as I always say, keep on modeling.